Hello everyone and welcome back to another Eruption of Shame, my low budget episode, where I go and look at new games being added to my mountain monthly from things like Humble Choice, Amazon Prime, and various bundle deals running at the moment. If you remember, you may notice that I haven't been posting my list this month for a thing this month because I had something special planned. You'll notice that there are members videos coming out all month of the recommendations that didn't quite make it in the polls. So there's the members holiday that's going to be coming out all month with great games that members suggested to me. So if you want to join in on that and be a member and put games forward, be sure to do so. But for now, my game list continues to grow, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And this month is no different because I think this is a pretty great humble choice for me. Alright, so first off is probably actually the weakest one in the bundle for me. It's very similar to that skateboarding game I played recently. It's an open world, sort of like explore the area sort of game. It sort of gives me a little bit of Tony Hawk vibes as well. But basically the idea is, as far as I can tell, exploring around this large open world and doing stunts and tricks. So yeah, fair. It's like $60 normally, but it's currently on sale for half of that price on Steam. But still, it's not too bad. I think that realistically, if you're into this sort of like stunt racing, arcadey stunt racing, then you'll be pretty happy with this one. But it's a sort of thing that's open enough that realistically anyone can play it. So I see nothing wrong with that at all. Next one is something that's quite good for me. Old World. Old World is a 4X game made by the creators, I believe, of Civ 5 or Civ 4, one of the two, who basically made their own game of what would happen if they had a 4X game that was only based in the ancient world. So you won't be going all the way to the atomic era and beyond in this game, you'll only be living in the ancient world. But when you are there, you'll be given a lot more story events and things which make the game more fun, apparently. This is one of the games I've had on my wishlist for a very long time, to the point where I was literally about to buy it in the sale. Because I was like, ooh, but then I was like, you know what? I might just wait for the humble choice. And will you look at that? It was a good thing I did, because that $15 low price tag that almost tempted me into buying it would have let me with an extra copy. So instead, I get a copy of game I wanted, which wasn't originally an Epic only exclusive, but now obviously is not. Honestly, it's sort of like if you took like Caveman to Cosmos and sort of like, which is a Civ 4 mod, which greatly increases the tech tree, so yanked it out and put it into its own game. That's how I see it. Basically, it's more detailed, but over a shorter time period. So yes, the next game is Atlas Fallen: Reign of Sand. I don't know very much about this game at all, but I do know I had it on my wish list. I know it is an adventure RPG. It looks very pretty. Is it going to be good? I don't know. It is relatively high rated. But as for a pickup on Humble Choice, it's not too bad. Like, it's the sort of thing I wouldn't really think about. It's got co-op, so if you do happen to own this game already, you can pass on to someone else. But apart from that, yeah, no, it looks pretty nice. Although I do have to say, yeah, the recommended is now up to 9800 X. X? Oh yeah, that's not. X is AMD. It'll be a 9800K there, but yes, it's getting very close to the specs of my current computer I'm about to replace in the recommended, which is always a bad sign. Though the graphics card still isn't, so that's okay. Next game is Crime Boss Roque City, and this was another one I had on my wish list. Now, when I first looked at this, I thought, oh, it's just another co-op payday style game, and it may be in the co-op mode. There is a co-op mode, there is a multiplayer mode where you can play with friends, but There is also a single-player roguelike campaign, apparently. And it even contains a bunch of DLC. In fact, I did notice down below there's actually a bunch of coupons for the DLC as well, which is very nice if you're wanting a more complete shit thing. It's worse when they don't give you anything. I do obviously prefer when they give you DLC with it, but yes. This does look like a discount. This does look like a discount Payday 2, but quite frankly, um, Payday 2 being a multiplayer game consistently changes between being good and bad, and Payday 3 has not done well. So, who knows? Maybe this is what we need. Next is The Invincible, another game I had on my wish list. This time, a adventure game, set on an alien planet. Which, fair enough, fair enough. Honestly, even though it was on my wish list, it's not one of the ones I was more excited about. But it still seems fun. It still seems fun. Very much a puzzly sort of game, which can be either hit or miss with me. I'm either very good with puzzle adventures or bad with puzzle adventures. Next is one I know I'll be fairly good with in general. That is Moonstone Island. It is an indie adventure RPG. It looks a little bit like a life sim, but apparently it is a collectathon, so a Pokemon-like, I assume. It does have this sort of Stardew Valley sort of Harvest Moon style characters. It looks like it has a romance system, which is nice as well, because I very much enjoy that. So this game's been on my wish list for a very long time. I just haven't got around to buying it yet, so it's a good thing because, now I'm going to own it. And look at these cuties! Look at the elephant with little flower pots being surrounded by two very large, very similar creatures at the bottom. Okay, fair enough. Yes, this is definitely a highlight of the bundle. It's not the most expensive thing, but something I wouldn't have thought to buy myself yet. So yes. Next one is Inkluminati. Now I have seen this one before. It's a strategy game. I've seen it played by other YouTubers before. I don't know much about it, to be honest. Draw your army of beasts, spill the ink on your enemy, blah blah blah. So it's basically, as far as I can tell, a game that's based on its mechanic of being paper built. So I don't know much about it, but it looks nice. It's got a high price and it's pretty well weighted. So I consider this a positive addition to the bundle. Now, Venba is one I do own, and thus will be giving away to a friend. But it is one I did own. It is a beautiful, charming little game. It says a South Indian immigrant mother connecting with her son through the language of food. A short cinematic experience that you enjoy in a 1 to 2 hour series. So basically, when I get on my mountain, I'll probably play through the whole thing. Is essentially what I'm getting at here by the looks of it. But it is a lovely, charming, well-made little game, and I can see myself enjoying it, and hopefully the person I give my extra copy to will enjoy it too. And finally, and this is probably the nicest thing in my opinion, there's an extra game. It's not 8 games this week, it's 9. And they're all good games. They're not just like, oh, here's a token multiplayer game. There's some bundles where it's like, oh, here's 2 multiplayer games. And you're just like, excuse me, I don't need 2 multiplayer games. This time around, it's been a bunch of really solid games in their own right. A bunch of which have gone on my wish list. And now we have the overwhelmingly positive Monster Road Trip. Now, this game is very similar in tone to Monster Prom, the original. However, it apparently has more of an Oregon Trail, FTL style, exploring through a large, branching world of events. Obviously, there's not going to be any combat systems here, but there are going to be a bunch of, visual novel style questions, just like in Monster Prom. It is meant to be played in multiplayer, but you can play it in single player just fine. It's got decent humor, a little bit cringy at times. It's well made, and I like it. I like it. I like any of these games. I backed them on Kickstarter, and I very much do not regret it because it meant I get a lot of it like just given to me at the moment, which is good because they're still going through content which they've already funded. This specific one was the one I was most looking forward to out of the original pitch. So yes, it is cheap on Steam if you'd rather buy it, but honestly, I think it's cheaper here. So overall, pretty bloody decent. Humble choice for this month, at least in my opinion. It does have some DLC things for old world heroes, and old world, I might look into that because I do like the wonders in old world. Like would like more wonders. I always like wonders in Civ. Apart from that, yeah, it is what it is basically. So, yeah, that is the Humble Choice games. Now, obviously, that is not the only thing that comes out. We also have the Amazon Prime games that come out every month. Now, last month's games are all still there if you'd like to claim. They take about a month to despawn. Obviously, I claim all of the actual keys on Epic, GOG, and on the Prime app. Is why wouldn't I? Currently, they've just added a couple of days ago Call of Juarez Gunslinger, Tomb Raider Underworld, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Dredge, which now that's a good pickup from bloody that's a great pickup from Prime, and Overcooked 2, which I think gets given a lot. On the plus side, it is a GOG code, which means you can always share it with your friends for couch co-op. So that's good. It's not like a base one. Now, these are all the already available ones for this month, which honestly, Dredge alone is definitely great. The next ones come out on December the 5th with, we're going to have Quake, or Quake 2. Yep, it's a GOG code that they're going to give you. And honestly, Quake, because of its geometric stylings, still looks pretty good. Though I don't know if it's this modern version or if it's the original version that we're getting. But either way, I think that Quake 2 looks pretty good in general. It's very geometric. There's not much to really go wrong with Quake. But yes, next game on December 5th is going to be, because this is literally tomorrow, Disney Pixar's WALL-E. So this one looks a little bit less interesting. It is a Disney game, which seems to be a pattern for a lot of things being given out at the moment. There's a lot of Disney games being given out left, right, and center for various different anniversaries and such. I know there'll be some people who'll be sitting here being like, "Oh, I played this when I was a kid," and for them, that's what this is for. It's like so you can go back and be nostalgic. For anyone who hasn't played it, probably less exciting, but it is overwhelmingly positive. So I mean, why not? Next, on December 12th, we have Planet of Lana, another beautiful game, female protagonist, 2D puzzle platformer. Suck at puzzle platformers, but I am a bit of a sucker for games like this. I think I already do own this one. I haven't played it yet, but that's another one. The next game on December 12th is Heroes Hour, and that is a game I have played. This is a Heroes of Might and Magic 3 inspired game where you have a city and you expand out and explore and do various different things around the map to make yourself more powerful. I will say, this one is very difficult. Even on the lowest difficulty settings, the AI does manage to overpower you. It's fun until then, but it's definitely got a difficulty issue to it, I must say. So I did have some fun with Heroes Hour. And it does have a lot of DLC if you do have fun with it. Okay, apparently 2 now. But more than that. It's odd. I thought it had a lot more DLC than that, but oh well. The point is, it is a decent game. It's trying to do what it's trying to do, and it does okay. I don't see anything. Like, I do see that wrong with difficulty, but still. Yeah, it's a very hard thing to balance, let's be honest. Then also on the 12th is Electrician Simulator. So Electrician Simulator, taking the role of a professional electrician, install sockets, repair water equipment, etc. This is clearly just another one of those. What's his face games, like house sitter style games, which people love so much, but with now an emphasis on repairing things. So not too bad at all. Also on the 12th, we have the Coma Recut. Yay. It's a horror game. Of course it is. It's got a very pretty, almost like Persona art style to it though, which is okay. It's got a combat system. I see. I see. You're Young Ho, a Korean high school student trapped and relentlessly pursued by a psychotic killer in the hellish corridors of Sly High. Run, hide, explore, and survive, piecing over the mystery. Oof, that does not look like my sort of game. I am not looking forward to getting that in my mountain. Oh well, unfortunately, that's the way of this thing. That's the way it goes. The final game released on the 12th will be Redrawn the Painted Tower Collector's Edition. This is a point and click hidden object game. So you know what you're getting into. Honestly, I think that I do like the fact that Prime gives out so many of these because it means I never have to buy them and I can still have them. So that's good. And they stay on the app rather than usually on something more important. So that's good too. The next game is on the December 19th. It's Nine Witches Family Disruption. It says, when an occult German World War II division released an ancient curse on the world, a supernatural problem is going to take a supernatural solution. I think I haven't played this game, but I definitely played something very similar to this that has a very similar sort of setup here. It looks pretty good. I don't even know if I have this. I don't think I do. But it does sound fun. Honestly, it's going to be an Epic game. Oh, not Epic. It's going to be Amazon Game Apps one, but that's pretty nice. I was expecting it to be another point-and-click adventure, but no. This actually looks fun. Okay, cool. The next game on the 19th is Predator Hunting Grounds. Okay, multiplayer shooter. Nothing too weird there. Then they've got Aces of the Luftwaffe on the 19th as well. So fair. I don't have much to say about it. It's a bullet hell. I have never played it. This particular one, it looks okay. These games, they're often very arcadey, which is okay. But that means they still need a good progression of the weapons as you do well to get better. My favorite one like this, as I keep saying, is Tyrion, where you can actually upgrade yourself. So I mean, it's co-op and all that, and since it's in the Epic, it's actually Amazon Games Slack. I'm not sure how that works. Then I don't know how you play that co-op. So I don't know. I'm not sure about this as a pickup during it, but that's okay. The second last game for the 19th is Simulacros. So a roguelike action game, already ticking on the right boxes for me. And yeah, that's that. Ah, yes, there's also one last game. Apparently, yes, one last game. And this is on the 26th, directly after Christmas. And that is the Town of Light. Okay, a psychological horror for Christmas. Thanks, Prime. You really know how to spoil me, don't you? You really know how to really spoil me. Anyway, so that's the games for next month. Honestly, Amazon Prime often does a pretty decent collection, and I think Dredge being free this month at the start, and Call of Juarez, I'm pretty sure I've heard good things. I've heard good things of as well. So there's a few different things here which sound like they're going to be okay. I don't think it compares to the Humble Choice this month. This month's Humble Choice is fantastic for me, but that's okay. Now, the last couple of things we need to look at, as always, are the Humble Bundles since and good on. The main one is a lot of Disney things, as I said. For one, there's this massive Disney bundle. It's $15, which is pretty reasonable for 17 games. So basically, all of the Lego games, Lego Star Wars, I played through and loved. I haven't played through Lego's Pirates Caribbean, Lego Indiana Jones. I actually need to check if this is worth buying because there could be a lot of good gifts here too. Curse of Monkey Island is my absolute favorite Monkey Island game, much to the chagrin of the original creator. But it had voice acting, it had charm, it had 2 levels of difficulty. Absolutely love this game. The remakes, Monkey Island Special Edition 1 2. 1 is a little bit janky, the remake, but you can still play it in the original sound. 2 is much better. They got the art style a lot better. Then you've got a few different Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, obviously the best Star Wars RPGs ever. Star Wars Empire at War, pretty decent RTS game, though not the best one. That is Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which honestly, if Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds ever gets like remade like Age of Empires 2 did, I would be so happy, because Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds was just great when I was a kid. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Star Wars Force Unleashed. Like, they got a lot of games here. And the ones on sale here are actually on sale in various sales at the moment. I saw Fanatical has a massive sale on all the old adventure games like the Dig and the Loom and all that as well. Then we got a sci-fi shooters, which once again has Star Wars Dark Forces remastered. So another LucasArts game there, System Shock Crisis. I wasn't too excited about this because it's literally just Crisis. Okay, I guess. Okay. Then you got the Telltale collection, which is all the various Telltale games. Still not really all of them. Kind of not a massive collection, but you know. And the final one here is your Raw Furies game. So I own most of these, so I didn't really look at, but there's a few decent ones here. Star Renegades I've played, and it's quite fun. That's quite good. Kingdom 2 Crowns, I played the original Kingdom, so I can say that is quite good as well. Okay, Pizza Possum looks adorable. So yeah. I don't know about anything about Norco. Kingdom 80s is probably quite good as well. So yeah, it's okay. I know that this was not as exciting. In fact, even Doki's been given out in several bundles recently, including on, I think, a Humble Choice just recently. Now on Fanatical, we've got a few different options now. I always do love these build your own special edition bundles. They're so cheap, but you get complete games. This time, however, they've got a lot of triple packs. So there's a lot of like double and triple packs here, which for $5 is a pretty decent price. It should be said, some of these games like Youngblood, I don't recommend. I'll probably rebuy it. Now it's only $5 to rebuy, but I tried it. It is not the same as Wolfenstein 1 and 2. It is not good. Project High Rise is obviously fantastic. It's made by the same people as City of Gangsters, which is a game I got very much into. And you'll see sometime in January, because that's how far I am ahead. Because I'm preparing for a lovely visit by someone you all know. And great game. And I'm going to do a series on City of Gangsters, so that's good. But yeah, if we look through here, there's a bunch of different games. Some of them look pretty good, so it might be worth having a deeper look at this. Just be careful though, because they're complete editions. Unlike many bundles, they won't show you if you've got them already, so do check beforehand. Next one is the Build Your Own Supreme Collection. So yeah, okay. Interesting that the High on Life DLC bundle is in this bundle and not in the Complete Connection bundle, but oh, I see. Because it's much, much more expensive. Gotcha. This bundle is a lot more expensive. I mean, it's got Payday 3, which we know has been failing. I just was talking about that earlier, that Payday 2 is still what most people are playing. Ghostwire, yeah. Oh, Dune Imperium. Okay. I might have to look at that, though. Honestly, recommend retail price of that, price per item that. It's not much of a sale. So, I think this one might be a little bit of a miss at the moment. So, Then you got the Build Your Own Bento bundle. I did buy this just because it's always got a bunch of overpriced Japanese games in it. And it's good to get them for like $3 or $5 instead of getting for full price. And they're often really cringy and not that good. So it's nice to just get them on it cheaply. So there's that. The Birthday Favorites bundle. Honestly, I don't remember seeing anything too exciting in this bundle. But once again, it's probably because I own a lot of things anyway. Platinum Collection, obviously, this one will be changing because obviously it's no longer November. So if you want to get this one, get it now. I think I did buy this one because it had a few things I wanted in it. But yes. And then finally, the Play on the Go bundle. This one just came out today, and it's part of their current Bundle Fest. So there is going to be a bundle fest coming, which means there'll be new bundles all this week. No, I don't know anything about. This video series is never and probably will never be sponsored because it's so fucking low budget and I'm such a tiny YouTuber. But yeah, it might be worth keeping an eye out to see if there's anything good coming, because sometimes these bundle fests can be quite fun as well. So yeah, that's where we stand. We've got a really decent Humble this month. I think Humble actually beats Amazon this month, which is good. There are a few okay bundles I need to have a little bit of a closer eye on, that maybe it might be worth playing. I've got a few gifts I can give out to people, which is nice. And yeah, apart from that, thank you for joining me for another Eruption of Shame. I'll see you next time, and goodbye.